And we're here just to talk a load of rubbish for about 10 minutes. How y'all doing? So beginning the conversation, I think the first question we can ask is how we feel about the show. Why do you think it's a good thing that these shows exist? Go.
So we can let people know who are important in getting support how it really is from like the side of someone who it actually affects. And also I think it's good to meet other people, to share that, have that unified space and see other people and realise you're not alone.
That is for me a big thing. I have found here people that are so interesting, so much resources, so much ideas, so much uniqueness. I am blown away by the autistic people, the spectators that come and go. They're kind of, I don't notice them, I don't know what's going on there, I have not interacted very much, but people that I have found, I had conversation with them, fantastic. Just as happened 2 years ago with you.
I was just going to say, is that not just because you found the connection points a lot easier people, so it's easier to tune in with them?
Yes.
So when you can tune in with someone like that with deeper level, I just realised I'm speaking too fast, aren't I? Sorry people, I'll speak slower. So I think it's really no, I think these shows are really, really important because, again, like you guys have said, it provides that reference for connection. But I also think it gives, I hate using the word normal or neurotypical, I can't stand those words, but it gives people who don't have autism a chance to not only hear our perspective, but I think it gives us even to hear more of their view as well and show where we can build that connection in between. So although the two worlds are completely different and some may not understand the other, I think it's by coming in the middle and meeting in that sense and not saying, oh, one side's got more than the other, or because I tend to find it's very easy to fall into the trap that because we're in a place where it's autism advocacy, the Autism Show, obviously we're in the world of autism right now, so obviously everyone here is either professional, has autism, or is associated with it in some way, so they naturally already have a sense of understanding, whereas a lot of the people out there don't, and I guess it's really good for us to be able to talk so we can bridge that connection, so I think that's really, really important.
Another thing that I see, and I think is brilliant, is not only the understanding, because not all of them will understand 100% everything, and I don't think understanding is the main point. If you understand something or not is secondary to me. What actually is happening, you're putting in one tight space all kinds of people and they're okay. And things are happening and they're themselves and they can speak and they can go in the quiet room, they can go in the sensory. Some children were screaming down the aisles and everybody was okay. And this is something, this feeling has to be out there on the streets and amongst everybody.
And it shows how normal being able to do that it should be. Like, it shouldn't be frowned upon if you can't sit through a whole thing or you want to sit on the floor. And I think showing how normal is in there, no, like you said, no one bats an eyelid. It's just accepted. Yes. And also, I do think it's good because you've got people from universities here, people involved in policies, going to governments and things like that. And for them to see more, it bridges the gap not only between the people with autism, people who haven't, but also the people who control a lot of things as well.
Yeah, so you get more connection to the system itself in that sense.
Yes, because they have to be linked, because the system isn't detached from us.
But we are part of the system and we will destroy it with everything we have.
But the thing is, the system has to be for everybody. Right now it's too tight and it is kind of exclusive to people that fit in it, but it has to expand and be big enough and wide enough and adaptable enough to include everybody. It's not impossible. Understanding is optional. You don't need to understand something to be okay with it. It's okay. As long as you see that they're nice people, they don't mean harm, everything is fine.
I think to add on top of that, I forgot my point.
The top.
What about the system? Nah, I've gone blank. It's gone.
But I just think that, people like us lot, I suppose, we know from our experiences, and people listening to us can learn both sides of it as well, and having parents speaking in various aspects, it's not just a person on their own. There's a family, their friends, their school.
Yeah.
It's part of a bigger network, and I think a lot of the time the system tries to get it very, this is just a little person. As long as they go to school and this happens, that's fine. But really, it's not just something you can put in a box. There's no stick. Yeah. Okay, so that's my autism. that's there, and then everything else is over there because it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your message for people who are watching about autism?
It's not scary. It's not anything to be like afraid of or asking about. Like if someone asks me, oh well, I know you've got autism, but what does that mean for you? Please, I'd much rather people ask me to like try and get their understanding rather than just kind of assume that I won't like certain things or say, oh, you don't want to come to the concert with me because you're autistic. And I just think ask. You know, I'm a normal person. There's nothing. I've not got, I don't know, something that isn't normal. It's just the way I am. So ask more than anything, definitely.
How about yourself?
It is. Acceptance is a big thing. We have to grow, we have to merge together. What is weird and what is normal is not a thing anymore. Everybody is weird and everybody is normal at the same time. And places like that actually they show it in action, and you can see the amazing achievements to autistic people that actually makes you think this is not some poor darling that we need to take care of them until the rest of the no, they can be valid, they could be contributing, they could be amazing people. But if you try to make them and squeeze them through the system, first you have to learn to read and write and do your calculations, then you can go in some career. Well, for some people that's not going to happen. What about if they just jumped into the career, whatever is moving them, whatever they're passionate about and they're good at it? Why not? Who said the system has to go exactly that way?
I guess.
Kieran, wrap it up.
I guess probably the best thing I would say is don't be afraid to pursue what you truly believe in. So I think a lot of people, especially in today's society, are terrified of the repercussions of going against something that's against the grain. So this really message doesn't really apply whether you're autistic or not, it makes no difference. But I think it's just important to pursue what you believe in, because if you don't, you're going to live to regret when you're older. So one life, take it.